Chapter 3. The 10th of July 2009, 10 a.m. Hotel Royal Bangla, Begunkodar, West Bengal. The sun was directly above them by the time Ryan and Savitoj settled in and straightened themselves up. The place was remote to Begunkodar station but closer to Jhalda police station, the very place Amit's death was reported. Though this neighborhood wasn't surrounded by the usual city amenities and sound pollution, they could sense a decided amelioration in this region compared to the area they had just arrived from. The hotel lobby had the ambience of a luxurious restaurant. Some of the people attending it were even in suits and coats. Ryan and Savitoj clearly seemed sleepy and did not put any effort to look elegant. They attended the breakfast in the same old heavy clothes they had put on the train. Others looked at them with suspicion, combined with a hint of disgust. Ryan stuffed up motor shutir kochuri, for they were famished. Savitoj, paying no attention to the food, read out the important parts from the investigation file. Report: Amit Rajan Bandoghati. Posted at Madras Regiment as an engineer in 2002. Promoted to captain in 2007. Married in 2004. Immediate family: wife and daughter who now live in Narayanganj, Bangladesh. Mother and brother live in Arkali, West Bengal. He was off duty when he returned to the hometown and was found dead by a local fisherman, Suman Deb, on the 8th of July 2009. The body was found 30 meters away from Begunkodar railway station. Partial footprints show he ran roughly a mile towards the station, got to it, and then moved towards the forest area. Cause of death: shot in the head, disintegrating thalamus, by 9mm off-duty army pistol found in his right hand, which led to instant death. Estimated time of death: 1 to 2 a.m. on the 8th of July 2009. A deep wound in the right thigh matches 98% to the spear top gate found 20 meters away from the spot the body was found. No fingerprints were traced on it. Autopsy shows clear signs of high blood pressure even before the injury, probably because of panic accompanied by heavy running. No signs of attack by any person or animal. A light amount of alcohol derivatives found in the bloodstream, not enough to trigger uncommon behavior. The last call to his cell phone was from Arisa training camp at 9 o'clock. The call attended was traced 400 meters away from his house. No note found at home.
Who was he running from?
Ryan wondered. It's been only 2 days. We will go to the station at night, Savitoj said. Local officials must have missed something. Ryan got goosebumps.
Sir, though I don't fear ghosts or spirits, Chiranjeet's stories about the station kept me thinking about the warning of not disturbing the station past evening. Sir, it would be better to interrogate some people before heading towards the spot of death.
He said nervously. No, I don't want to miss any clues. I need to get this job done as quickly as possible. My son's custody will be given to my ex-wife if I don't attend the court by 23rd of this month. He took a breath to calm down, but his anxiety and anger kept soaring. Haven't you heard, Chiranjeet? These people are afraid to go there, even in the daylight. How proficiently do you think they did their work? Ryan did not reply. You better get your ass working or head home on the next train, said Savitoj irately. Ryan was in a dilemma, making a choice between duty and life. You won't be paid a paisa and the return tickets on your own. There will be a detailed report of how your procrastination caused a delay in my actions, Savitoj said, a wicked smile playing on his lips.
I am in, sir. I always was.
Ryan spoke without a moment's hesitation. Good. Fear is the reason why modern society functions efficiently, murmured Savitoj as he went off to wash his hands. Ryan was still eating from his 5th plate of kochuri.